Our next guest is a gifted young performer who plays one of the people in the new comedy You People alongside Eddie Murphy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Jonah Hill. It opens in theaters Friday and on Netflix January 27th. Please welcome Travis Bennett. The movie is very funny, and you are very funny in the movie. By the way, didn't you know it's Bring Your Parent to Work Day?
Oh, they didn't tell me.
They didn't tell you, yeah.
It's, bringing your parent to work. My first day of shooting You People was with Eddie, and my mom showed up.
What do you mean showed up?
Okay, so we were shooting at a casino in Palm Springs at Pechanga.
Okay.
My mom has a friend on set who knows everything, every detail, and she was like, oh, I happen to be in Palm Springs at the same exact time. So interesting, you're shooting today. And I was like, okay, whatever, didn't think of it. I am walking with Eddie Murphy. This is Coming to America, Donkey from Shrek, everything that you love. And I'm walking and I just hear, Travis, Travis, Travis. And he's like, do you know those people? And I look, and I see my mother and two of her friends, and immediately was just like, nah. They're just fans of the show, no big deal, man. Don't worry about it. And I continued to act like I didn't know her. By the way, I love my mom, obviously. I'm not like a crazy person, but she embarrassed me a little bit in that moment.
She does. Does she do that? Does she get overly excited about your career?
I think she gets to... A lot of times I meet people and they're like, I met your mom recently. And I'm like, oh, what do you do for a living? They're like, I work at Cheesecake Factory. And it's like, so how'd you meet? They're like, I asked her if she wanted flat or still, and she told me that she was your mother. It's like, thanks, man.
You imagine, how did this come up exactly?
What would you like as an appetizer? My son Travis Bennett is on the show Dave, and he's also in You People.
The answer is usually, no, they asked me. It's like, yeah, how did they ask you?
Meanwhile, my dad is the complete opposite. He's just always somebody showed up to the house the other day at my parents' house, and it's like, is Travis Bennett living here? And he was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. He looks just like me, so he's just a blatant liar. It was kind of absurd.
Probably safer that way. So your movie father is Eddie Murphy, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Which obviously is a big deal. I mean, to you, yeah, he's the donkey from Shrek, but to me, there's a whole other range of characters before that. Is that intimidating still, even though you're young?
No matter what you do, you're working with Eddie Murphy. It's like your dream, your hero, and you can't hold it in, but I tried my best to break the tension. I feel like everybody else was super Mr. Murphy, and I was just like, what do you do for fun, dude? You're old. And he was like, man, I just sit at home, man, and watch YouTube. And I was like, why? And he was like, when I was your age, we didn't have the opportunity to just see anything we wanted to. So I was like, I guess. And he was like, I also watch this random show. You ever heard of Masked Singer? And I was like, sure, I've heard of it. And he was like, yeah, every once in a while, if somebody's around, I'll just act like I lost the remote. And they'll be like, yeah, I found the remote. Eddie, you want to change the channel? He's like, no, let me find out who this frog is first.
So you did you kind of broke through in a way.
I broke through. Every once in a while, he would come over to me and be like, good job. And I'd be like,
that's nice.
Not wash my hands.
That's nice. Do you think you'll carry on a relationship with him beyond this film?
I don't think he remembers my name. I think he's just he always calls me the movie character name, just Omar, and I'm like, yeah, that's my name.
You take it. Yeah,
Omar Murphy, guys.
Maybe if you made a YouTube video reintroducing yourself, he might come across it, This is some cast, so this is really an all-star cast you're involved.
Yeah, I don't know how I made it.
Eddie is obviously a legend, also rarely does anything at all, but you got Jonah Hill, you got Julia Louis-Dreyfus, you've got, Dave Duchovny is in the movie. Mike Epps.
Everyone I grew up watching is in this movie, and I, as a young actor who is slight experience, it's nerve-wracking, but also you just lean into the nervousness and treat it like excitement, and just understand this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and just take it.
Explain the idea of the movie, because it's very funny.
Okay, so Jonah is a Jewish kid from LA, and Lauren plays a Muslim girl from LA, and as you could expect, if them two met and decided to go on dates, it would be very awkward and interesting, especially for the families to meet. So there's just a lot of interracial, interfaith conversations that are hard to have, but I think because we do it with humor, it makes it a little bit lighter. If the UN had meetings and they had a stand-up comedian, I feel like it'd be a lot easier to do with anything, before we go to war, just like send Dave Chappelle out there and see what happens.
Jonah Hill plays a very real, like a character that I feel like we all know, right?
Being
this
from
Jewish
LA,
guy who's
yes.
really into like sneakers and hip hop and all that kind of stuff.
I'm also on a show with Little Dicky, so yes.
And yes, you know this. That's right. Yeah. Also, your friend, and forgive me if I have this wrong, but I love this story I heard about how you met this person. Kendall Jenner is like one of your close friends, yes?
My twin, yes.
Explain how you met Kendall Jenner.
I was 18 years old, and I put on Twitter, I was like, I want to meet Kendall Jenner for my birthday. And this girl named Julia, very random, was like good friends with Kenny and introduced us.
Kenny, I like it.
And she introduced us, and we've been friends ever since. And now she's like one of the boys, it feels like. She's
You
just always
posted
with
on
us.
Twitter that you wanted to meet her, and your wish just came true.
I also did that for this show, and look where I'm at.
Miraculous.
Just what? Manifestation.
Yeah, she used to live across the street from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say your address, but you know.
No, yeah, don't mention it. But yeah, and then you guys would have parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was a few parties there.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in her driveway one time, and they woke me up to go to eat at Mel's Diner. I don't know if you guys have ever been there.
Hold on, let me backtrack for 1 second. You fell asleep in her driveway? Like what? You had a pillow and a blanket?
I wish I did. It was all concrete. I was wasted.
You were unconscious in her.
I was on my best friend's 21st birthday party. You know, I will drink for us.
Okay.
So I drank for us, and I went to sleep for me. And then I woke up and I went to Mel's Diner and went to go eat, but they told me I was too drunk to come inside.
Oh, really? What? This Mel's Diner across the street?
It's exactly what I was thinking. Just like, why?
Everyone's too drunk to come
The
inside
people who work there are too drunk. So I proceeded to just like talk my way in and be like, dude, come on, it's me, man, it's me. And this guy was like, dude, if you touch me, I'm gonna knock you out. And I was like, yeah, right, dude. And so I slapped him in the chest. He hit me, he didn't knock me out though. Just saying, his face really took it. That was the first time I was 22 at the time. I make a lot of good jokes. I make fun of a lot of people.
He didn't realize you'd been unconscious earlier in the evening and already had been knocked out. So can't knock out somebody that's already knocked out.
That's the math we like.
But what are you saying, Saria?
Yeah, he punched me in the face. And you know, usually when you get punched, your reaction is to hit them back. But he was large, and I was this size. And so I proceeded to just put my hands on my face and go, ow, 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 ow. And I walked away, and then the cops came. It was a whole thing. The cops came, they were like, what happened? I was like, I lost the fight. Can I go home? And he was like, ooh, yeah, you should go home, man. I feel like you need to lay down. I was like, please.
Well, congratulations on getting punched in the face at Mel's.
100%.
And all your success. The movie is super funny. It's called You People. It opens in theaters Friday and on Netflix January 27th. Travis Bennett, everybody. We'll be back with Baby No Money.